When you want the best, call Pacific Air.
Been told you need a new system? Call today to learn more about Pacific Air's free second opinion program. No surprises, just exceptional service, because nobody cares like Pacific Air. Online at pacair.com.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Welcome. You're listening to the Ask Brien Radio Show on KHTS 1220 and 98.1 FM. Like no other station in the world! Why are we like no other station in the world? Is there a reason, Patrick?
Ow. I'm sorry, I went deaf.
Okay, well, and you're a lot younger than I am, so you can imagine. Why are we like no other station in the world? That's your slogan. You work for the company. I'm putting you on the spot. Why are we like no other station in the world?
I don't know. I still can't even hear you.
Because we really value the Santa Cruz community. That's why.
All right, good answer.
That was not covered in the training manual, was it, Patrick?
Well, you know me, Tracy. I always like to do the unexpected.
And I thought I was loud, ladies and gentlemen.
You are.
Yes, not even close, buddy.
Apparently not.
Well, we have a very good guest today, but before we get there, every week we have a show called the Ask Brien Radio Show, AskBrien, and everybody that has never listened to the show always doesn't understand why Brien is spelled with an E. For those who have been listening to the show, they probably have figured it out, although each week we try to add in words like, so what E last week did we add in for the Ask Brien?
To be perfectly honest with you, I don't even remember. I barely remember
what I ate
for dinner.
Okay, so we're talking to a person who
ago.
doesn't listen, but the word of the week of the E last week was, Tracy, do you remember? The new E? Do you remember, Tracy? Tick, 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 tick. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur was the new E.
I have a really bad short memory.
We always talk about entrepreneurs, so I just didn't really count that as a new one.
Yeah.
I counted it as an E, not a new E. Big
I agree
difference.
with you.
Don't worry, you got the big X from Family Feud over there. Bzzz. All right, so, Patrick.
Hello.
We're very grateful to have you here.
Thank you.
And even though you're an engineer that begins with an E,
yes, and
even though Emily's an engineer, today's guest is an engineer.
Oh.
Where's the clap?
Oh, my God.
I like that. Where did you add that?
We had really excellent sound effects like one day for like 1 minute, and then now they're just all gone.
Whoa. Tracy, you don't want to go there because I'm going to explain something that you don't want to know.
What?
What?
You were the engineer. That's why we did it that week.
Oh.
Patrick was the engineer.
Ouch.
That's
Ouch.
why. Okay, you didn't want me to answer, but I had to. So
no one.
Everybody's wanting to understand. So what is the biggest reason we spell Brien with an E?
So there's a number of words.
Besides entrepreneur.
Yes. There's a number of words that start with E. That's kind of like the theme of the Ask Brien Show. You already took away, you already said entrepreneur, and you took away engineer and Emily, which we have both right here.
Well, actually, Emily is double E.
Double E.
Emily engineer.
Emily engineer. Or engineer
Thank you.
Or engineer Emily.
Now, can you get a wah wah wah?
I don't even think we have that.
Do we have that one?
No, we do not. I can already. I like the kid booing one. It's my favorite one.
All right, Patrick.
Anyways,
I want to know.
Anyways, that starts with an A, not an E. But we also have education, because everybody on the Ask Brien Show is educated, and we like to educate people.
I think it's the latter. I think we like to educate people. We don't need to have an education.
You don't need to, but we are educated, though.
I guess I was educated,
I was.
I wasn't educated. That's why I went to law school.
Fair enough.
Ha ha ha.
Where's the laugh?
Oh.
I don't even know if there's a
Old man laugh.
Let's.
Okay. Not clicking that one again.
Oh my God! I don't know what to say.
Peter, did you make that one?
Whoa! What was that?
I'm just clicking
That
them.
was horrible.
I've never heard that one before.
I hope we never hear it again. Like, that was so bad.
We're going to hear it every minute now. Patrick.
Oh, hello, hi, sorry. Lost my mind for a second. Anyways, experience is another E that we have because
What are you experienced in?
I'm experienced in engineering, editing, and apparently laughing.
And the E's for Ask Brien.
No sound effects.
And the E's for Ask Brien. He's experienced in that.
That is very true. Outside of that, we have education experience experts because we wouldn't have the Ask Brien Show without our experts. And also
how do you qualify to be an expert?
10,000 hours.
And do the math now. Come on, we've been doing that for like weeks. Emily knows it. Go ahead, Em. All right. Again, for about the 19th time in the last 2 weeks. If you work 40 hours a week and you work 50 weeks a year, that's 2,000 hours.
Right.
Because you get 2 weeks off vacation. There's 52 weeks in a year. You multiply that by 5. That's 10,000 hours. If you have 10,000 hours, you qualify as an expert.
Wait, I got lost if you said 40 hours.
Well, that's because you're millennial and you work 10, but I got it.
No, I don't know. I don't do math.
Apparently so.
I'm more of a history guy.
If you knew the history, then you would have remembered from last week.
No.
The word entrepreneur.
History and memory are not the same thing, sir.
Well, that's one of the problems in our country, but let's continue.
Oh, anyways, let's see. Education. Let's see. I know. Well, you definitely in the beginning of this show, you brought the enthusiasm and
Excitement!
whew, that one was a good one.
Wow.
Wow.
It's no different than. Have you ever watched a Seinfeld episode with the devils
No.
where they paint their faces?
No.
Devils!
Honestly haven't. I'm not a fan of Seinfeld, actually.
Oh, you're one of 10 people in the country. Okay.
I was more of a Friends guy myself.
What's bad to the bone?
That's a song. Don't play.
Okay.
Got it.
George
Sorry.
Thorogood.
It's a song. Don't play. Not approved.
We're gonna play that when Traci gets to the studio.
Fair enough. And then there is Traci. What's your favorite E? Because we got to set you up with that one.
My favorite E originates from the movie Grease, and it is electrifying.
Grease, lightning, electrifying. Nice.
Where's the woo woo woo?
Where's the what? The
She has
woo
no-
woo woo.
No, come on, she's gotta have some sound. Oh my god.
It's just gonna play the same stuff. It's not like we have like an encyclopedia of sounds.
Well, I think you need to do that.
Let's
How many emojis do you
don't
have?
play that again.
Oh my God.
Don't play that again.
What? That was really like almost impolite.
Don't do that.
All right, well, we gotta get
Okay,
going
sorry.
soon.
All right.
Do you have them all?
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
I
We're
have
so
mine.
we're off the rails. Go for
My
it.
E of the week
What's
is
your week?
elegant.
Aw.
Oh, something this
cute.
something this show will never get to, but it's interesting concept.
I'm so off. We're off the rails, so I don't remember anymore.
Well,
now.
and we do have a guest that does want to, has a lot of stories, a lot of information to tell us. So without any further ado, and why do I like that word? Ado?
ADIEU because
I said, why did I like it? I didn't
be-
ask you to spell it, but thank you very much.
because every single letter minus the D is a vowel.
All right. Thank you very much, Patrick. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
Till next week, but we do have a guest that actually would like to have a couple of conversations with us. Lyle, are you there?
I'm here, Peter.
I'm glad you survived that because that was a big thing to survive. We were very long. Okay.
Well,
So, Lyle,
I-
first thing we want to know is give us a little bit about your background. Your background is very extensive, and if you were just going through your resume, it'd probably be 3 hours long. So let's just go over the highlights and get some of your major experiences in your background.
well, basically putting together manufacturing and processing plants, and I can say around the world, many different countries. But I tell you, one thing that's just jumping out at me right now is you forgot to add to your discussion the word exceptional.
Well, that would be you. Where's the clap?
So I just had to throw that in. No, that's what I'm thinking of you and this great show and this great sharing of ideas.
Well, thank you.
So, and you know, I don't like to be called an expert because every job you go on, something's unique, especially in the food business, because everybody has their secret sauce. Even though you might look on a grocery store shelf and you might see, you know, brand X pickles and brand Z pickles, and they might be both called bread and butter pickles, but I guarantee you there's a difference in the plant that makes them. You know, the old saying, if it was easy, everybody'd do it.
Well, that's true. You gave us a comment. You gave us a comment earlier. You said, if you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. What does that mean?
That's right. And I heard Elon Musk say that at the beginning of, you know, when everything was shutting down for COVID. Yep, if you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. And, you know, there isn't the shelves at Walmart and Target and your favorite stores. They just don't fill themselves up. And I guess, you know, in the concept of making stuff, I've worked on things that make delicious ice cream, and I've also worked on things that make submarines deadly. It's all stuff, and it all has to be made. And somewhere along the line, you run into creative, hardworking people. And if you mostly obey the laws of physics and, you know, understand where you look is where you end up, it's a pretty happy life. It really is.
So
it adds value and makes money. And
give us one product, one process and company that you worked with in the past, not currently, that you believe is your greatest accomplishment.
Greatest accomplishment would probably be, and this was some time ago, was on the Mark 50 torpedo systems that were integrated into the Trident class submarines that were brought online during President Reagan's first term in office. And that involved working with literally thousands of component suppliers because, you know, to keep things safe, nobody gets all the pieces of the puzzle. They're made every place else, and it was a real experience to have things made from all over the country to precision of tenths of 1/1000th of an inch, and everything fit together like it's supposed to. Pretty amazing that people can do that, and in fact they do it so well it's common. It's not amazing anymore. It's just the way you do it.
So I have a question. I have a question, and that is, you know, everyone's talking about right now. The big hot topic is the supply chain, that it's not where it was, and so what do you think of? I mean, obviously COVID did require people to be locked down and close some plants, et cetera, et cetera. But what do you think is the best way we could recreate the supply chain that we had prior to COVID?
Well, it's to learn lessons of what life is like now that the supply chain is absent. You know, costs are crazy. It takes forever to get something, and a lot of people are not being fussy shoppers. They're just accepting what they can get. So the quickest way, I believe, to get back to the strength we had is to quit focusing on the problems and look to where we really want to go and be. You know, you should only listen to maybe 1 or 2 minutes of bad news a day. And I see a lot of people who are addicted to bad news, and they turn on their favorite negative news show in the morning, and that's how they start their day. I don't do that, and I haven't done that for decades, and it makes a difference. It really does. How you think and how you speak is generally a real good indication of what you get and where you end up. And the other thing is, I think people need to change to an expectation of needing to add value to something, but adding value within, a moral construct that follows the laws of nature and physics. There's just, I guess that would be my summary. Those things never fail. If you follow the laws of physics and nature, and you have something to be happy about, even glad to do the work, you usually end up with a good result.
Well, speaking of happy, and everybody likes it, you said that one of your products or companies that you worked with was the best ice cream. So what is that? What ice cream was that?
Well, of course, your previous guest, John Chafin, I have to say that I followed him on many of these projects, and we've done ice cream work for Haagen-Dazs and Blue Bunny and all the biggies, and then some not so biggies. And everybody, has the same issue. They want to keep quality up and cost down and make more. And those are wonderful problems because it keeps a lot of creative people busy. And the emphasis is on, the creative part. A lot of people have great ideas, but you have to be able to describe what you see, and you have to think of a way, even if you don't know anything about machines or the laws of physics and motion, if you can describe something reasonably, there's a good chance you can have somebody build it for you. So the thing that we see that's true almost everywhere is, how you communicate is key. It's just really a key component. And then, I know that in your other life, Peter, you're a lawyer, and I know that observing and listening is, 90% of your job, and it's the same for an engineer. Sometimes you can't solve somebody's problem until you walk for a ways in their shoes with them. So this probably doesn't sound very exciting, but it's success is not complicated. It's simple, and it's just finding that one way in 10 that's superior, and as soon as possible finding that one way in 10 that's an absolute failure, and the other 8 ways left, actually 7, would get you about the same amount of blood, sweat, and tears. As long as you can keep going, you'll get there. And
Sounds like a lot of trial and error.
It is. The thing that all this great, computer technology and artificial intelligence is, it's taking the trial and error out of it, because you design something that didn't exist before, and you take your best shot when you build the first one. The story of Thomas Edison and the light bulb. I think it was 900 and almost 1,000 tries until they finally got a light bulb that actually was reliable, was made enough light that you could actually see in the dark, and it didn't, consume so much energy that average people could afford it.
Wow.
And trial and errors. I mean, look at the Wright brothers. They went through numerous iterations of finally developing a wing that actually created lift, and that's the people that sell the design software and the analysis software, they try to sell you on the point. Well, get your designs right the first time. And it really helps to be able to create something artificially or simulate it. But when you actually build them, quite frequently, what works perfect on paper doesn't often work quite so perfectly in the real world.
We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. We're going to have you finish that conversation. You're listening to the Ask Brien radio show on KHTS 1220 and 98.1 FM.
Your business sign is essential to getting customers to your location. Feathers can help you get your business noticed. Feathers, now in a new larger space with plenty of parking. They walk you through each phase of your project with special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will provide you a sign that you can be proud of. Your sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Visit Feathers online at feathersigns.com or go to Feathers' brand new bigger location at 26017 Huntington Drive off Rye Canyon or call 298-9442.
Comfort Keepers provides your loved one with loving in-home care.
Miles McNamara, certified senior advisor and owner of Comfort Keepers in-home care.
Our caregivers can help you in your own home, enhancing independence, creating safety and comfort. Our Comfort Keepers provide companionship, meal preparation, medication reminders, assistance with personal care, and even transportation to doctor's appointments. If someone you love can use a helping hand at home, visit comfortkeepers.com.
Or call 287-4200.
No doubt about it, LA is an awesome place to live. But even while living in the land of beaches and mountains, it's safe to say that we could all use a real vacation right about now. One where you don't have to stop for gas, cook your own meals, or strip your own sheets. Lucky for us, Princess Cruises has a port right here in LA. Now, for a limited time, LA residents can sail with Princess from just $89 per day to the beaches of Mexico, the tropics of Hawaii, or cruise along the California coast without getting stuck in traffic. That's right, just $89 per day. And while these great destinations aren't going anywhere, these deals won't be around forever. So visit princess.com, call 1-800-PRINCESS, or contact your travel advisor to book your cruise today. Set sail with LA's cruise line, Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Promotional pricing ends November 30th, 2021. Ships are Bermudan and British registry. Before booking, consult the CDC website at www.cdc.gov.
I'm Richard Sherman of Radius Agent, formerly of Alta Realty. I've been helping people buy and sell and save their homes in Santa Clarita for over 30 years. I also offer help with free foreclosure defense. I offer help with money to buy your home, and I'll even offer you money to help you sell your home. If you feel you're in danger of losing your home to foreclosure, don't wait. Banks will still go through with foreclosure even during the pandemic. I can save your home for free. We really do it completely for free. If you need help buying, selling, or defending your home, or if you're dealing with a foreclosure, I'm here to help. Call me, Rich Sherman, 714-1400. That's 661-714-1400.
Welcome to the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, where life-changing moments happen daily. Set out on safari and discover 1,800 acres of sprawling savannas teeming with wildlife, as well as world-class botanical gardens. There's no place like it on Earth. Encounter rhinos, giraffes, wildebeest, and large herds of wildlife roaming together. Journey through the bamboo forests and come face to face with Sumatran tigers. Hop alongside kangaroos and dive underwater to meet the only two platypuses outside of Australia and experience the awe-inspiring giants of Elephant Valley. When you're here, you'll discover adventure is in every moment, and a moment can change a lifetime. For your family's ticket to fun, visit San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance.org. That's San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance.org.
You already know Salt Creek Grill has the best food in our valley. Well, now you can have Salt Creek's gourmet meals catered to your event.
I'm Greg Amsler, owner of Salt Creek Grill. I'd like to introduce you to a new level of catering, featuring our catering director, Tamara Levine.
Salt Creek Grill creates memorable experiences, which leaves our clients and guests with a sense of awe and excitement. From menu development to picturesque presentation, you'll enjoy culinary excellence and creative catering.
Salt Creek Grill, a new level of catering.
Coming to the Canyon, Mark Varner's American Band, The Motels, Robbie Krieger, Corey Feldman, The Smithereens, Faster Pussycat, Richie Kotzen, Stephen Piercy of Rat, Bullet Boys, LA Guns, Asia featuring John Payne, Marsha Ball, Young Dubliners, Ambrosia, The Spinners, Eric Gales, and so much more. Country nights every Thursday. The Canyon is the perfect place to host special events. Call 888-645-5006. Book yours today. The Canyon, Santa Clarita, where music meets the soul. Tickets available through access.com.
Pastor Jerry Cook here. Listen in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. for Politics and the Pulpit. Think they don't mix? Tune in Wednesday at 2 p.m. here on your hometown station, KHTS 1220 AM and 98.1 FM. Join us.
Dr. Neil Green has been treating Santa Clarita patients and making them smile for over 35 years. As a child, Dr. Green had a fear of the dentist and disliked even simple checkups. Today, he's sensitive to your needs. If you have anxiety about getting a checkup, he understands your apprehension even if you've avoided the dentist for years. Discover the comfort of visiting a dentist with Dr. Neil Green. Dentistry is his profession. People are his focus. NeilGreenDDS.com. That's Neil, N-E-A-L, GreenDDS.com.
If you have a business problem, if someone doesn't honor their agreement and you need an aggressive attorney with over 27 years experience, the law office of Peter Bronstein has helped partners resolve disputes, franchisees resolve disputes, and other business owners who have a challenge. Let the law office of Peter Bronstein take your stress away. Visit lacorporateattorney.com. Don't wait too long and lose your rights. Solve your business challenge problem today. Visit lacorporateattorney.com.
Get a degree on your time in less time at Western Governors University, the #1 online university. WGU's competency-based curriculum allows you to be in the driver's seat of your education and allows you to progress through courses as soon as you've mastered the material. With 24-hour access to online learning resources, studying happens whenever and wherever it works best. Join over 250,000 graduates who've increased their earnings by an average of over $12,000 per year just 2 years after graduating. To qualify, visit wgu.edu.
Hometown, your hometown station.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Ask Brien radio show on KHTS 1220 and 98.1 FM with our guest, Lyle. Tracy, you had a couple questions.
Yeah, so we have the luxury of talking off the mic right before this about there is no true formula for success, but you do have some suggestions on having success with or without a formula. Can you share some of your thoughts around that, Lyle?
Well, you have to spend a little time understanding your client's or customer's problem, and you have to consider it a privilege to be exposed to someone's problem and sincerely hear what they're saying, and then start, making suggestions, solutions based on, some technical backup. And it's usually experience gained from a lifetime of, just a tremendous variety of jobs and processes. It's like airplanes. Regardless of who makes the airplane, the principles that they fly on are the same. And it's the creativeness of a particular manufacturer that might make one a little bit more efficient than another. So you just gotta understand what people's problems are, and make sure you're communicating with them, and to be optimistic and positive, because we have so much to look forward to. As you listen to the news and it's doom, gloom, and disaster, but I'm on the side where there's just so much great technological stuff coming. Stuff from the future is showing up in ways that are almost unimaginable and at a rate that's constantly accelerating. Even in spite of struggling supply chains, we have ways to improve processes and generate energy that we can see now, having gone through others that are not so efficient or so desirable. And the biggest thing that I enjoy when I work with people is people who are not locked in politically to a particular frame of thought or a viewpoint on a subject. You know, everything, it doesn't matter what you do, you're just converting energy into something else. And we all know, you know, thanks to Isaac Newton, you can't eliminate energy, you can only change its form. And that's a law that applies to everybody. And so there's rules to every game. There's laws and rules to every process. And if you work with them sincerely and cards up, there isn't anything that you can't accomplish, literally. I mean, we're on the edge of light speed travel. We're on the edge of time travel. What was, you know, and all of this stuff that's really super on the leading edge really comes back to make our everyday lives easier. How do we fight high food prices? We make better food with less energy. You know, that's one way to do it. We keep our country. And we do things, people in one part of the world do things a certain way because it works best for them. And I've seen it firsthand. They don't always work best. What works best in Southeast Asia does not necessarily work best in northwestern United States. Wow. Yet the same laws of physics and nature apply. So it's just the biggest job, and I have always admired good attorneys on their ability to listen and sort out the important parts of a story. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and the end. And if you understand the middle, it's probably pretty easy to figure out how it started and where it's going to end. And that same observation and thinking, I have not run into anything in 68 years that doesn't apply to. And I've seen it in the great men I've had the privilege to work for, John Chafin, Alex Starbutt, Bill Stoller, are the primary three guys. And they've invited me all along only because I occasionally come up with a good idea. And, you know, we share it, and we share it not greedily or necessarily with the expectation of great reward. We share it that we add value and we feel good about ourselves.
What was that? Well, that's really a technical problem we've got. Can we get Stephanie on the line? Can I get Stephanie on? Is she there?
Wide radio as finest. I sounded like there was something from outer space coming in for a moment.
So did I. Stephanie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Peter.
Hi, how are you? So,
Good. How are you?
We're great to have you on for a couple minutes. Everybody has been asking. You've got this new product from your company, and we wanted to go a little bit about that. So, what is Twisted Noodles? We're not talking about, you know, my psychological background. So, what is Twisted Noodles?
No, we're not. So, the company
Not
name is
today,
Albany.
anyway.
Maybe tomorrow. The company is Albany Farms, and our brand is Twisted Noodles. And Twisted is supposed to be a word for like cool, interesting, like the young kids use their terminology. They understand.
You're
like,
a young kid.
Wicked cool.
But why the word twisted? Twisted sounds like, you know, not straight, right? That sounds like a little off.
Well, the noodles are wavy, so they aren't straight. That's for sure. But we're definitely, Twisted comes more into play when we're talking about our seasoning. So we're going to be launching with some cool, tasty flavors that we think everybody's going to enjoy and love. These aren't going to be your typical ramen formulations or recipes or seasonings that you've seen. We've all seen chicken. We've all seen roast chicken. We all know what beef is. So we're hoping to bring some unique flavors to the market.
Well, do you have one that you can share with us, or is that trade secret?
Ooh, I don't know if I can share that with you yet. Good question. We do have Barrera Taco. That's one of my favorites right now. And we have others that are very exciting as well, but I will save that all for later.
And what kind of taco did you say?
Barrera Taco?
So what is Barrera?
So that's a good question. It is a seasoning that comes out or based out of Hispanic cultures. So it's unique to their heritage, and it's just a very flavorful, delicious taco. Probably one of the best you will ever try.
Well, that sounds great. And this product, what is this product, Twisted Noodle? What is it for?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What product is Twisted Noodles? You just said that the noodles are twisted.
Oh, it's instant ramen noodles.
So like the cup of noodle concept?
Yeah, so we're going to be offering it in a cup and then also in like a pillow pack, like the little bricks that you see that are sold individually.
Wow. And what's this other company, Legal Steps? What do they do?
So Legal Steps is a hassle-free way to start your own business without,
Without going to like LegalZoom or going to a lawyer, just doing it yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Doing it yourself with the resources that you have.
And then how do you learn how to do that? I mean, they teach you online, or is it an online course? Or what?
Yes, it's actually a video that you can watch on YouTube. So you can definitely go there and check out the video and start your company within a few minutes.
Well, that sounds very exciting. Thank you very much, Stephanie. We have to go back to our regularly scheduled programming, Ask Brien Radio. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot. Lyle, are you there?
I'm here. Stephanie said some really profound things, and you asked earlier, how do we get out of the current mess that we're in? It's by being creative and starting new things. And today it's easier than ever to do that. The standard of hard work has gone so low, it's almost as if you have a heartbeat and a pulse and can breathe and an idea, you want to apply yourself a little bit, man, the world is your oyster.
Well, hopefully there's some pearls in that oyster.
That's right. If you can find enough oysters, you know you're going to have pearls. And people grow oysters commercially, for the meat, then occasionally a pearl pops out. So if there's any message that I'd like to give people is to not think small. Think big, Ignore the news. America is opportunity to be cowboys here now in the United States, again, is bigger than it's ever been. It's as big as it's been, when it was the cowboys of the early and middle 1800s that kind of paved the way to move our border from the middle of the country to the West Coast.
So what do you think is the most exciting new product or service that's going to be coming out shortly?
The ability for people to generate their own electricity and power. The conventional power grid is going to soon go away. It's not going to be from green energy, because green energy is, there's only 1/3 of green energy that's actually worth anything. The first part and the end are, filled with heavy toxic metals that, China's got and bought up the middle of South America and the middle of Africa where the stuff comes from. But just like the Koch brothers when they tried to corner the market for catalytic converters. And guess what? People got together and we figured out a way to make catalytic converters better and, at, 1/8 the price. And that kind of stuff happens all the time. When you put people in a pinch, they get creative.
So what's the solution for $6 gas?
Well,
we're gonna take a break, Lyle. We'll be right back, and then you're gonna tell us the answer. KHTS 1220 98.1 FM.
We are Facey Medical Group, a team of local physicians, including primary care doctors and specialists. We have 4 clinic locations and immediate care in the Santa Clarita Valley. Whether you have a PPO, EPO, or HMO, Facey likely accepts your medical insurance. To schedule an appointment with our primary, pediatric, or OBGYN physicians, go to facey.com. That's FACEY.com. Many of our offices have same-day appointments. Facey, let us care for you today.
Do you remember Bill O'Reilly? He was a talk show host on Fox News. What would he say now about the latest from the Biden administration? We're happy to tell you Bill O'Reilly has joined KHTS Radio for No Spin News. He cuts through the spin and gives you a fair, smart, fact-based analysis. It's your dose of common sense for Santa Clarita. Hear about the latest craziness from Washington. Join Bill O'Reilly every Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 p.m.
It's the No Spin News on KHTS 98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Mina Cooper is a certified realtor focusing on trusts, probates, 1031 exchanges, divorce, and much more. She's a specialist. Mina has published books on inherited and divorced properties and business dissolutions. Ready to sell? Call Mina Cooper. Need your property renovated? Mina Cooper will help. No out-of-pocket expense. Pay at escrow. Mina Cooper, Keller Williams Realty, serving Santa Clarita, Ventura County, LA County, Orange County, and San Diego. Call 310-345-8500 or go to listed by Mina Cooper, KUPER.com.
Green Thumb International has the widest variety of shrubs, flowering plants, and gardening supplies in the Santa Clarita Valley. This week in your garden, it's a great time to plant flowers, fruits, and vegetables, and to survey your yard, tune up your tools, and bring new life to your garden soil. Everything you need for your yard and garden is right here at Green Thumb International on Railroad Avenue near Sierra Highway. Green Thumb puts the green in your thumb. Find them online at greenthumb.com.
Healthcare can be difficult if you're underinsured or have Medi-Cal. Samuel Dixon Family Health Center can help. Services are available on a sliding fee schedule. The mission of the Samuel Dixon Family Health Center is to give the Santa Clarita Valley access to affordable, quality primary care. There are 3 locations to serve you: Canyon Country, Newhall, and Valverde. Go to sdfhc.org for more information and to find the location most convenient for you.
The KHTS Home and Garden Show is now accepting vendors for our 12th annual event on Saturday, April 29th and Sunday, April 30th, 2023 at Central Park. Get in front of 20,000 Santa Clarita homeowners. Join over 400 vendors at our Valley's biggest trade show. Hurry, space is filling up fast for certain categories. Many vendors call our show the best use of their marketing dollars. To register, visit scvhomeshow.com. Admission and parking are free. scvhomeshow.com.
You've got a lot going on right now, and you've got big plans for the future. That's why College of the Canyons is offering fast, flexible classes. Attend online or on campus, all while getting the support you need to succeed. And with low enrollment fees and access to financial aid, you can get a high-quality education that's affordable. With new classes starting every month, now is the time to get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
If you have a business problem, if someone doesn't honor their agreement and you need an aggressive attorney with over 27 years experience, the Law Office of Peter Bronstein has helped partners resolve disputes, franchisees resolve disputes, and other business owners who have a challenge. Let the Law Office of Peter Bronstein take your stress away. Visit lacorporateattorney.com. Don't wait too long and lose your rights. Solve your business challenge problem today. Visit lacorporateattorney.com.
Many families face a new challenge. Childcare has forced one parent out of the workforce. Otter has created a solution. Otter is a childcare marketplace that connects Santa Clarita parents who need childcare with stay-at-home parents who can care for your kids alongside their own. Otter unlocks the ability for those parents to earn money and provide badly needed childcare for our valley. Otter connects you with your neighbors. Register for free at withotter.com. Withotter.com. Otter, childcare that feels like family.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Ask Brien radio show on KHTS 1220 and 98.1 FM with our guest Lyle. Tracy had a couple of questions, information you wanted to get from Lyle?
Well, one of the things, Lyle, we've had so many great points that you've given for success tips. I just want to, if people want to get in touch with you to continue this conversation, what's the best way for people to reach out to you?
Well, they can contact me at my work email, which is my first name, Lyler, at albanyfarms.com.
That's fantastic. And one of the things in terms of continuing the conversation that I just want to remind everybody who's listening today is that if you want to go back and review some of these amazing success tips that we've been given or any of our shows for this past year, that you can go to your favorite listening platform where you get your favorite podcast and search the Ask Brien podcast. And, of course, that's AskBrien, Ask Brien podcast. And we would love it if you would find the podcast, follow the podcast, share the podcast with your friends, and head on over to Apple and leave us a 5-star review. Peter?
That sounds great. Now, Lyle, the question is, we want to know the 3 most influential people in your life and why. And you've got about a minute and a half.
Bill Zoller, he's an excellent leader. He's a great problem solver. John Chafin, he's an Energizer bunny. He goes all the time. If nothing's happening, he goes out and finds where it's happening. And Alex Starbutt, that kind of helped me kick off the whole industrial technology thing when he was the principal engineer on the Trident submarine program. He invited me in and for some ideas. I did some drawings. I made the purposes of making that the best submarine ever mine. And he's never let me get more than an arm's length away from him anywhere. And in my life now, most of 40 years I've known him. So I would just say find people who you can believe in, make their purposes yours, and pretty soon you'll own the company.
Well, own the company or at least create a great product or service, right?
That's right. You'll have a happy life. It'll find a high moral value on its own, simply if it meets needs and solves problems of others.
Well, somebody once told me, always hire people smarter than yourself. And without any further ado, ADIEU, we're going to be signing off. Thank you very much, Lyle. Thank you, Tracy. KHTS 1220, 98.1 FM. Thank you very much. We'll be back next week.
Thanks, everybody.